Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hashtag Hustle, a brand new podcast all about marketing. And today we're going to run through, meet the team and tell you what we're all about. So if you'd like to start with Dave.
Yeah, sure. My name's Dave. I run a company called Sector 40. I basically work in the creative side, so graphic design, video production, podcast production, video editing, that sort of thing. I do quite a lot of photography as well for companies' websites and products.
And my name's Sharon. I also go by the French marketer, and I help businesses turn online attention into sales. I focus on things like LinkedIn training, LinkedIn management, social media, and word and marketing consultancy as well.
And I'm Mule. I run Mule Marketing, social media marketing and management for maybe the older generation who don't believe that they should or don't like using social media and don't believe that they need to be on social media. I encourage them to get on social media, show them how to work it, and if they don't want to work it, I'll work it for them. And I've been doing social media content since the birth of social media. And that's old.
Yes, he is. I know sure he is.
So what I wanted to talk about first of all is I've got a nickname, Mule. I call Dave Lingy.
Everyone calls me Lingy.
Everyone calls Dave Lingy, so you can either Lingy or Dave. We don't have a nickname for you, Sharon.
Man, I mean, English people tend to call me things like Shazza, Shaz, so obvious. You can call me whatever.
Clem,
no, that's never happened.
Have you never been called Clem before?
No, never.
My cousin used to have a dog called Clem. That's why it came to me.
Oh, that's cute. I mean, yeah.
It was a cute dog. It was a little cocker spaniel.
That escalated quickly, Mule. Thank you.
It wasn't a reference. It wasn't sort of. I wasn't impugning anything.
No, that's fine. I'm happy with Shad, Shava, whatever. Clem, if you want to start a new one, absolutely.
All right, Clem it is then.
So let's talk about what we like most about marketing.
Okay.
Or social media, or whatever you want. What do you like most about it?
Well, I love that. So, you can actually reach out to everyone on the planet at the same time. There's none of this old-fashioned marketing like billboards and things like that. I think people still use billboards, obviously. They obviously still work. But with one click of a mouse, you've reached the entire globe, as opposed to spending thousands of pounds on a billboard that one or two people might go, oh, that's neat. I mean, social media is so much more powerful and stronger now. You can get out to the world with not a lot of difficulty these days. When it first came out, it was a bit more difficult to spread the word across social media. Now with so many different platforms to go on, you can get your products or other people's products and services in front of thousands of eyes within 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's true. And I think off the back of what you said, I like how accessible marketing is. And marketing can literally be thousands of little things that you use to promote something. And it could be anything, social media, email, a billboard on the street, somebody, going around dressed as a zombie promoting some Halloween thing. It could be anything. And I like it. It's also the thing that I hate about it, how low entry it is. Anybody can do marketing. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have specific knowledge. As long as you're proactive and you know what you want and you have some kind of understanding of what good is, anybody could do good marketing.
Yeah.
And it also happens to be what I hate about it, but that's another
episode. There's different episodes.
Yeah.
That's a good point though. You do have to be good at it, because we see, you and I share them, don't we, regularly, content that we see from people who aren't good at it and are just having a try, or maybe somebody's told them they need to do social media marketing, so they're kind of diving in with both feet without really getting the whole process and understanding what it is.
Yeah.
And, don't tell people that it just takes seconds. People pay us money to do this.
It takes seconds to publish it. It takes a long time to actually do it. How's that?
To curate it.
Yeah.
And get it right. I mean, I talk to a lot of people who, business owners who do social media, and they say, well, I go to do a post on LinkedIn, and I'll do a post, and it takes me a while to do it, and I look at the time, and an hour's done, and they don't realise how. So for business owners at the end of a long day, or at the beginning of a long day, to actually think, I need to sit down and do a LinkedIn post, or I need to sit down and put something on Facebook, can be quite challenging. So that's where we pick up the slack for people who are in that position.
Yeah.
You can imagine, you know what it's like. We all do it ourselves. At the end of the day, you think, I didn't do that post. I'll put it off till tomorrow.
Yeah.
For your own stuff.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing it all day, and then you think, I've not actually done any of my own marketing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as mechanics always tend to drive really bad cars because they've been doing it all day and they just put it off.
Yeah.
So it's also important to remember that when we're doing it, we have to remember that we have to do our own marketing as well on top of it.
Yeah.
And that's the same position people in business are in. They forget that they go, I'll put it off till tomorrow. I'll do something else.
And then
I'll go home.
Yeah.
And then it's
Saturday morning.
2 weeks you haven't got a post, and it's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't keep up with how social media works.
That's true. We have a saying in French, I don't know if it's the thing in English, but the shoemaker is the one that always wears the worst shoes. I don't know if that's a thing in English at all. Let's make it.
It makes sense, yeah.
Le cordonnier est toujours celui le plus mal chaussé.
See, it sounds much better in French, but we don't understand.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot better.
If there's any such people watching here, people will think I'm lying because I never speak French anymore. I don't even know how to speak French anymore. I go back to France for Christmas and I'm just like, bonjour. Yeah,
Don't tell me we converted into an English person, because that's how I always speak when I get to France.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Je m'appelle.
But yeah, off the back of what you said, I think a lot of marketing as a business leader is a habit. And I see with a lot of my LinkedIn training clients, it's about, the first 3 months is like realizing all these things that you could be doing, because a lot of people don't realize that their day-to-day kind of business operations or whatever is all actually things that you could market and use it to promote your business.
Yeah.
I don't realize it. So what I say to a lot of my clients is, it's going to be really cringe, but the first thing I did when I arrived here was take some pictures, because I'm probably not going to use 90% of what I take, but at least I know that I'm documenting what I do.
Yeah.
And if there is a post that I think actually that could serve a goal to promote my business in a certain way, then I've got a visual medium to use it. And it's also getting to the habit of, I'm doing it. And whatever you're going to do, even if you think actually that's trivial, nobody wants to see that, there is some value as a business leader of doing this sort of things. You go into a meeting Monday mornings, you think, we have this every week. Why should I take a picture? It has more value than you think. Yeah. That's a really important thing.
Always post a picture.
Yeah.
Whatever post you do, post a picture.
Okay.
Do you think?
What do you think that?
Because I think because when people are scrolling, people are more likely to stop for a picture than they are for text. So the people stop for the picture and stay for the text.
Okay, so use the picture as the attention grabbing. So
the picture is the bait, even if it's an uninteresting picture. If somebody's scrolling and they see that you share the picture, then they're more likely to stop and go, "Oh, what's this?" Especially, in fact, you'd think like an empty boardroom would not be an engaging picture, but somebody might stop and say, "Why have they took a picture of an empty boardroom?" And then they engage with it by reading the post.
Yeah.
See what it is you're talking about. So I think anything can grab that attention. And on social media all the time you're buying for attention. That's what it is.
That's true. What do you think of that?
Well, from a graphic design point of view, you can make text look a lot more entertaining than a picture. So it swings and roundabouts. So it's all about catching the eye more than anything. You're right, though. The easiest way to do it is take a picture, because people will scroll past. And if they know you or know your business, they're more likely to stop and look. Or if there's a product they're interested in and they see a good picture of it, they'll stop. But if you can create something slightly visual, because obviously I do a lot of visual art for motion graphics and things like that. Yeah. If you can get something that's eye-catching that way as well, they tend to stop as well. So... But I mean, from a startup point of view,
some kind of media.
Yeah, it can't just text. People don't even see it; they just scroll straight past. They just doom scroll straight past text, and they go, "Oh, that's a nice picture." Keep scrolling, stop.
That's interesting. So, from my point of view, I went through a period of only posting, whatever I'd write, I'd post it with like a selfie of something kind of irrelevant. But like you said, it does grab people's attention, and when I post it with a picture, I get more likes, I get more comments. But it doesn't change how much revenue I get out of that post. It's gonna make my ego feel a little bit better. It's gonna be like, oh, look at all these likes, dopamine. But it doesn't change anything.
No.
Whereas if I post something with just the copy, I think regardless whether you post something with media or not, the copy should still be on top. Like your writing has to be the best, no matter if you put it with a picture, without a picture. A lot of people tend to have really shit copy with a really nice selfie, so it gets sort of likes and views, but at the end of the day, the copy isn't that great.
Yeah.
And I went through a period of that, of kind of, writing the same kind of, I hope, qualitative content with a selfie. And I was like, it feels good to have all these likes and all these things, but does it really change anything? So I stopped doing that, and I'm just posting. I post mostly text only, kind of post on LinkedIn anyway. Okay. And I'm, in terms of what matters to me, which is interesting to my business, I'm getting the same amount, if not more. So I think it depends. You couldn't go on Instagram. Obviously, it would be impossible for you to go. It depends on the platform.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, I would say, could be a mixed bag, and it really depends what you want to do with your content, where you want to take it. But I've been experimenting excellently, and it's been working. So
that's a good point. And yeah,
I do have to agree with that. But I think what you've done, Sharon, is you've got that engagement already, and then people know that your posts are going to be interesting.
Yeah, so you become the hook.
So I know to always click on your post because I know your content's going to tell me something, teach me something, or remind me of something that I've forgotten. So I'll always click on it, especially on Monday, start of the week post. I love that because it's great. It's all about marketing. It's all about hints and tips and ideas, and it's really engaging. So I think you have to establish that. You've established that, for want of a better word, fan base.
Yeah.
Already that know that you give good content and good copy and want and probably even actively go and looking for it. But when you first establish it, I think you need to get that engagement. But the quickest way and the easiest way, maybe is selling yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
But you getting those picture engagements.
That's true. I agree with that. I think, and that could be a piece of advice for anybody who's watching this, and that if you're trying to kind of go into social media and make a thing out of it, don't expect your first post to go viral. And so, it's happened in the past, but it's very unlikely to happen. That you have to provide value, I think. I don't know if you agree, but value is so important. You can't just post something and expect people to thank you for it, so it doesn't bring anything to the table. And you have to be, I hate that word, consistent, because everybody says that nowadays, but bringing value, being consistent, whatever way helps you do that, whether it's pictures, videos, whatever medium helps you. And once you've established that, then you can take some liberties with, text only, then the other medium, polls, whatever you want to do. But you have to kind of own it in the first couple of months.
Yeah. Real experimentation once you're more established is great, but sometimes you can make a post you think, that's nothing. No one's going to look at that, and it'll be a really big hit.
True.
And then you can spend hours and hours making a beautiful looking video or graphic design, and people just fall past it. So it's all about trying different things and seeing what hits with the target audience you're trying to reach.
Trial and error.
Yeah.
And for most businesses, they don't need to go viral. For most businesses, just need to get in front of key decision makers within their industry.
Yeah.
And that's so the viral thing is moot really, because they don't need it. They just need to be consistent.
That's that word again.
Constantly showing their hand and saying, "This is what we do."
Yeah.
Hello. When you're in that boardroom making decisions, just remember this is us, and this is what we do, and this is what we bring to the table.
Yeah, I think the viral thing is mainly now for YouTubers, streamers, things like that. I mean, yes, everyone would love to go viral. Of course we would, because it would make us look better and make us money. But, as you say, for industry, they just want to show who they are, what they do, what they're currently doing, what's coming next. It's basically telling a story of that company.
And you want to make sure it's relevant. I personally would hate to go viral because it would make my life targeting the relevant people hell. Right now I'm getting, an average of 20 likes per post. It's very easy for me to go through it and go like, right, you're not relevant, business owner, I want to talk to you. If I had 1,000 likes, that'd take me days.
Yeah.
And it's quite likely that 80% of them are going to be from countries I don't even serve, languages I don't even speak, people that would never buy from me.
Yeah.
So, I think there is such an emphasis nowadays on, popularity, and all these people who have made it really big on Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever, and they look really good because they've got hundreds of thousands of followers. But at the end of the day, are they selling as much as somebody who's got maybe 5,000 followers? They're focusing on really the right things. There's a lot of quality over quantity. Well, nowadays I feel like it's more quantity over quality.
Unfortunately, yes.
But it's just the human psyche, and then you see something with lots of likes and lots of attention, you're like, oh, they must be really rich and successful. A lot of these people actually aren't. And I know a lot more people that have less than 10,000 followers who make a lot more money than these LinkedIn gurus or whatever. So that's an interesting one.
I was reading something the other day about the difference between an Instagram or social media influencer and then what they called a micro influencer.
Yeah.
And if you, I can't remember whether it's you that wrote it or somebody else. Sorry if I plagiarised your thoughts. But he was basically saying that if you try to get marketing through an influencer, market a product for an influencer, it will get lost in the noise and in the chapter of everything that's going on, because they'll only promote it once. I'll give you an example. KSI promoting his Prime drink. He's promoting that all the time. Every post that he was doing, he was promoting Prime.
Yeah.
So that's why it went viral, because he's gone viral and he's promoting it. Whereas if he promoted your trainings, for example, he would do one post and that would get lost in all the noise of what's going on.
Yeah.
Whereas you go to a micro influencer, who one of whom doesn't pop to the top of my head, they're much more likely to be able to take your brand to, albeit a smaller audience, but that smaller audience are going to see more of it because it's not going to get lost in amongst everything else.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. What do you think about that?
I think that's a good point. I don't know who you're plagiarising at the moment, but...
What's the new tech?
no, well, you can't blame me for that one. That's too clever for me.
Philip, you email him when I'm...
Yeah. No, that's a really good point, because you say a social media influencer is there to sell themselves. They're not there to sell products. So it's a side hustle for them. Yeah. And one product, one post, might get 10,000 likes. But then the next day they're doing a post about something else and something else and something else. And they just get down to the bottom of the barrel. Yeah. Like you say, micro influencers are there to spend a month promoting this and testing it out and show you the good sides and the bad sides. So it's actually a pretty good way to market things because you'll see it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bigger influencers nowadays have gotten to a point where the community is kind of watered down. You know, they have all this reach, but it doesn't really mean anything anymore. Whereas all these micro-influencers, you're talking about 10K followers, they have built something that is much stronger because they have such close ties with their communities. I mean, I'm thinking of a few people, and you're right, because they don't tend to do these kind of paid partnerships as much. And I think that's why you've got big influencers will be more transactional. You pay me, I do one post, bosh, let's talk about it again. Whereas micro-influencers will look more for partnerships and meaningful, kind of purposeful things. They never promote something that doesn't make sense for their brand, because they know they need to be careful with how they treat the community as well. Yeah. And I feel like that's been lost a little bit recently with the bigger people that have come left, right, and centre, chasing any paid partnerships, and it's not worked very well.
Yeah. I mean, their communities are communities worth a massive thing in social media. It takes years to build up a decent community, but you can get rid of one very easily by just ignoring it and not talking to them and not listening to what they're saying to you.
Yeah, completely.
I don't know if we said this already, but I just want to reiterate, nobody can promise that you'll go viral with anything.
No.
If anybody comes to you and promises they'll take you viral, don't believe them, because nobody can promise that. It's just sometimes it's just, most of the time it's just circumstance. Just being in the right place at the right time. I went low-key viral over lockdown with a post I did, and I just put it up. I didn't expect anything to happen, but it went low-key viral, got about 2,000 likes. Somebody shared it, and then somebody else shared it, and somebody else shared it.
Snowballed.
Just snowballed.
Was that you on your beach holiday photos, was it?
Me on the Costa del Sol.
With your thumb up?
With my bridges swiveling on.
Oh dear. Well, that's got me up for it out. I always see your pictures when you're on holiday.
I think that could be a good maybe takeaway. Like, obviously, that's the thing that you would advise people, business owners, to keep in mind. What's the thing you would advise them, or a common myth that is not true?
Well, I think the best advice always is, as you said earlier on, record everything. Film everything, photograph everything. It's all valuable stuff. If it seems mundane to you, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's still good for social media. The amount of companies that I've worked with, they go, here's 3 photos, make 10 different posts out of it. And you're like, well, no, because people have already seen those photos. How are you supposed to try and make them look different?
Mm.
Yeah. Get as much stuff as you can get and start creating one step at a time. Like everything. Your first post not going to go viral. Your first podcast is not going to go viral. But work at it and keep working at it, and slowly and surely you'll build up an audience of people who are interested in your product, business, services, what you've got to say, and build from it from there. It's not an overnight thing. Lots of people, I just say, think that social media, you put one post on, it goes viral, you're a millionaire. We'd love to be millionaires. Trust me, we wouldn't be sat in a rugby club filming a podcast. But yeah, it's a business. It takes a lot of time to build up, like all businesses do.
Yeah, completely agree. I'd say mine bounces off what you've just said is you're better off starting small. A lot of people, when they get into social media, it's like when you start in a new training plan or a new diet, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to go all in. And then you're going to exhaust yourself because you're going to post 7 times over 5 days. And then you're going to go like, right, that was it. That was all the content I could ever get off my head, and then never do it again. Start small. When you see you could do more, don't. Literally just do one post for the first week and go like, right, how did that feel? How did I feel like writing this? Was it a bit cringe? Did I not like it? What was the response like? And take it from there. When you feel that you want to do a lot and, really get lost in it, pace yourself and schedule things. If you're getting 7 posts written, schedule them over the next few weeks or, whatever it is. Start small, because it's about time in the game rather than, doing a lot in 1 week and then just kind of forgetting about it. Like you said, it's something that should be a long game. You're not going to get, you're not going to do one post and go viral straight away. So you need to be in for the long game. So really think about longevity and how that fits within your schedule as well, because you're a business owner. Anybody who's watching this probably is going to be somebody who's got their own business, and unless you're in marketing, you're not going to have time every single week to go like, oh, let me do my little posts and my little videos. So pace yourself, really important.
Good advice.
Absolutely agree with that. And you don't need to do like you say, you don't need to do hundreds of posts a week. Just 3 or 4 posts a week. And we were at a meetup the other day where somebody was coming to talk to us from one of our local shopping centres, and she said 2 or 3 posts a week is all they do, because otherwise it just gets, again, it's about getting lost in that noise of social media. But 2 or 3 consistent posts every week will get you noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
agreed.
Well, as the official timekeeper, we're at 23 minutes now, folks. So if you want to shut down, you want to wrap up this first one?
Is it down to me to wrap up?
Yeah, you might well.
It's
your idea. You got to do all the hard work.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. We know it's precious, and you can find all our links below the video, or our links on LinkedIn, on the social media, our personal links, and the links to the hashtag.
It'll all be on there. Yeah.
And if you want to make a post, tag us hashtag the hashtag hustle. And if you want to be on the show, then we're looking to have guests and we can talk to. We don't know where you're going to sit. We'll find
very cozy, won't it?
We're just chuckling it out.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind being on the side of the adjudicator.
And thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.